Hi, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here with one of the latest in Taylor's ongoing series of 50th anniversary guitars. The guitar I'm holding here is the 812ce LTD Builder's Edition. It's a very cool guitar, kind of the grand concert version of the earlier 814ce Builder's Edition that was also part of the 50th anniversary line of guitars. And it's just a very cool, compact guitar, and in my view, one of the coolest versions of the 812 ever made. Now, when I first became aware of Taylor guitars in the early to mid 90s, when I was working at a Taylor dealer, the 812 was always kind of my favorite guitar. I loved the playability, the balanced tone of it, and I really wanted one, and I couldn't afford one, so I ended up buying a 712ce in 1994, 30 years ago, and I still have the guitar. It's been a great guitar through all these years, and but every time I see an 812, I kind of am transported back to that time, and I think what cool guitars those are. And I've played a lot of them over the years, and they're all just very cool guitars. And of course, they've morphed and changed in a few different ways ever since I became aware of them 30 years ago. And this instrument is essentially a sort of deluxe version of the current 812ce that is part of the standard line. So 812s have traditionally been made with Indian rosewood and Sitka spruce. That's kind of been the standard wood combination of those guitars. In this case, we still have Indian rosewood, and really gorgeous Indian rosewood on this guitar, but it's matched with a Sinker redwood top, and that is super cool. Redwood is, of course, super lightweight. It's also very stiff, and so it sort of combines some of the qualities of the best kind of spruce and the best kind of cedar, and really creates a very sort of powerful guitar, but also a nice intimate sounding guitar, one that can develop some complexity with a soft touch. It's kind of an ideal wood, especially for a smaller guitar like this, where the top needs to resonate very freely. Sinker redwood, of course, refers to the fact that it's wood that had been submerged in rivers up here in Northern California, where redwoods grow. In some cases, they were logged 100 plus years ago, and because back in those days, they were floated down the rivers to get to a place where they could process the wood. Some of them got stuck, and they were submerged for decades, in some cases centuries, and they have been brought up from the rivers, and they turn out to not only be perfect old growth wood, but something happens to the wood when it is being submerged like that really kind of crystallizes some of the fibers of the wood in just such a way that really creates kind of an ideal tone wood. And it's obviously a limited resource, but the logs were cut so long ago, and they are being reused. And Taylor has done quite a few lines of Sinker redwood tops, all of them high-end guitars, and this is just a gorgeous example of that. The guitar follows the standard grand concert dimensions, and as such it has the 14 fret neck. There are some 12 fret grand concerts, but the standard has always been the 14 fret version with the solid peg head. It has Taylor's short scale, and features the armrest bevel. This makes it even more comfortable to play than grand concerts always are. We have the beveled cutaway on this, so even a little bit extra access here. It also has the chamfered edges all the way around. So really a super comfortable guitar between the compact dimensions and the sort of comfort enhancing features like the armrest bevel and the chamfered edges. In terms of appointments, fairly standard 800 series treatment here, and the 800 is such an iconic guitar for Taylor that it really is best to not change the formula of the looks too much, because then it's no longer an 800 series guitar. So we have the Element fingerboard inlays. We have a pearl rosette, abalone rosette. We have the wooden pickguard that's been standard for many of the 800 series guitars for some time. We have wooden purfling, dark wood binding on the guitar, and we have the typical Builder's Edition curved wing bridge, which is a modified shape of the standard Taylor bridge. And again, I've mentioned this before, but I happen to really like this modified shape on these guitars. Internally, of course, we have the V-class architecture for the bracing on the guitar. We have the standard Taylor NT neck. This particular guitar, as has been the case with most Builder's Edition guitars, has the Goto 510 tuners with a 1:21 gear ratio on there, very precise tuners, kind of a polished gold appearance on these, and just has the vibe and the looks of a high-end Taylor, which this is. And again, I think it's just one of the very coolest approaches to the classic 812 formula. So grand concert Taylors have always been popular with fingerstyle players. The reason I first became turned on to them was back in the day when Taylor artist Chris Proctor was doing workshops in Taylor dealers, and he played grand concerts. And the one I got 30 years ago certainly has served me well as a fingerstyle guitar. But these guitars are also very popular with singer-songwriters looking for a more compact guitar. They're extremely versatile in the studio because they do have that very balanced sound. And I know quite a few people who use these for playing backup or playing lead. So let me show you what it sounds like if I'm strumming some chords on the guitar. Super balanced, no boominess, very microphone friendly. Of course, the guitar also has the ES2 electronics, so it's ready to be amplified on stage. And that is another area where these grand concerts just really excel, because the smaller body tends to be less prone to causing feedback if you're playing loud. A lot of people use these guitars playing in bands and in louder situations. So even though the Taylor Grand Auditorium has sort of become the most popular shape for Taylor, I've always had a soft spot for these grand concerts, and I think they are perhaps a little bit overlooked these days and definitely worth taking a look at for many different playing styles. And with a shorter scale as well, they are just so comfortable to play and have kind of a very sweet tonal character. Before I go out and show you what the guitar sounds like plugged into our Fishman Loudbox mini amp over here, let me also play it in DATGAT a little bit, show you what it sounds like in a drop tuning. Even though it has the short scale and the small body, dropping down to D or even lower really is not a problem. These guitars continue their balanced voice with this, and I think the redwood top on this may even sort of expand the tonal range and the dynamic range of the guitar in a very impressive way. Just a lot of detail, a lot of precision in the guitar, excellent intonation, kind of all the things that Taylor has become very well known for. And of course, it has the super playable neck that has made the company famous. So that is the 812ce LTD Builder's Edition, part of the 50th anniversary series of Taylor's. It has the 50th anniversary commemorative label inside, and it is a limited edition. So if a 812 with a redwood top and the deluxe features, it's been something that you've been fantasizing about, I wouldn't hesitate to check one of these out. I think it's a very, very cool take on a super classic Taylor that kind of makes it something that stands on its own, and that's just a great looking guitar as well as a great tonal take on that concept. So I'll go out and show you what the guitar sounds like plugged into our Fishman Loudbox mini amp. I hope you come back here to Peghead Nation for more of our gear demos. And if you are seeing this on YouTube, please like our channel and come back and come over to pegheadnation.com, not just for our gear demos, but also for a wide range of courses for guitar and many other stringed and fretted instruments. My name is Teja Gerken. Here's the Taylor 812ce LTD Builder's Edition plugged into our Fishman amp using the onboard ES2 electronics.